All right, I am live. Good morning and welcome to my channel, Inviting Possibilities. My name is Rochelle. I took a couple days off. um, I kind of had a little bit of soul searching to do and figuring out what I'm doing with this channel and with the cards um, and one of the cool things or interesting things is that I did exactly 50 videos, 50 days in a row, and didn't realize it, and then took a break. And now here I am. Couple days helped. And I'm going to do things a little bit different. I mentioned this before, but I'm going to focus more on astrological signs to help kind of narrow the message so it's not just for anybody, because that can, there's so many of us. And even with 12 signs, that's still, well, the messages are general. Let's just say that. And my intention is that there's going to be something in here for you. But not everything may resonate, and that's normal, and that's just fine. Also, as far as signs go, this is for your sun sign, rising sign, moon sign, and sun, rising, and moon. Yes. And if you're not sure what those are, you can go to a couple of sites that give you your free birth chart, and you can figure out what those are. Astro.com is the one that I use, but also I think it's called Cafe Astrology, and both of those will give you a free birth chart. And to know your rising sign, you need, or to get your rising sign, you need to know what time you were born. But yeah, I'm going to do water signs for this round. And I have a couple of water signs in my chart, so I thought it would be fun to just start with that. And yeah, so I'm just going to dive right in. And I am doing the same format that I've done in the last few videos, which is past, present, future. And I've also, in the interest of time, have chosen the initial cards from Wisdom of the Oracle, Colette Baron Reed. Just to get an idea of where we're going. And then I'm going to pick clarifiers from the Good Tarot. So to start with, in the past position, I chose time to go. So, yeah, and I don't know if I mentioned this, but Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, those are the water signs. Okay. This card is about something has ended, and this is in the past position again. So something has ended, and it's time to let it was time to let it go, time to move on. Sometimes with things ending, it can be difficult to let something go. And in case you're still kind of holding on a little bit, there's this door. She's moving towards the door, and that is definitely what you are being called to do if you haven't already. It is in the past, so that tells me that chances are that you have let that thing go and moving towards the next thing. So in the present position is Loyal Heart, and I chose it in the protection position. And this is talking about needing to embrace something new, um, to examine ideas, beliefs, habits, things that don't serve you anymore. It talks about, because it is loyal heart, it's talking about, examine your loyalties as well. Who have you been loyal to that may not deserve your loyalty? It talks about betrayal being a sign that you just need to prune out the people that aren't serving you anymore. Sort of the rejection is protection idea. Um, so yeah, embracing new people, new ideas, um, new feelings. There's this big shift towards something new, and I'm gonna pick clarifiers for this one. I figured the past card didn't really need clarification. That's pretty obvious. So I've already shuffled the deck, so I'm just gonna go ahead and choose my card. We got Tower. Woohoo! The Tower. This card speaks about major change. It often relates to things coming crashing down, the foundation completely crumbling, everything changing. What we know is changing. And usually the Tower shows up when we have spent too long in something, in a relationship, in a job, in, in a belief or an idea that doesn't serve us anymore. And this idea of loyal heart, that we have been loyal long past the expiration date, and now the universe, the Tower means the universe is coming in and being like, okay, you didn't do it for yourself, so I'm going to do it for you. Boom. And so it can look like getting fired from a job, having that person that you've been with forever leave you, or it can show up in so many different ways, but always it's a shakeup. And it can be good as well. The Tower is not something to be afraid of. On the positive side, it can be getting offered a new job, maybe that requires you to move or step into a position that you haven't really been in before. And maybe it feels a little like overwhelming, like, oh, I don't know if I have the skills or the abilities to do this. But the fact that you're being offered this thing means that you are capable of doing that. And it's just, needing to embrace this new thing. It can also be, if, say, your boyfriend or girlfriend proposes to you, and suddenly, marriage, that's a huge change, as positive as it is. So anyway, the Tower it's a big shakeup in some form. And I keep saying that change is the only thing that we can count on in life. And so it's good to have the big shakeups. It can be extremely uncomfortable. It can be painful sometimes. That's okay. Like, you're going to get over it. A motto that I've had for a long time is it's going to work out because it always works out. Meaning, we go through these things in our life, and at some point we come out the other end. and that thing is behind us. And if we're really staying sort of conscious and aware of how we are dealing with ourselves and how we show up, then we're able to leave things in the past and move on. The real problem comes when we hold on, when we're constantly looking back at the door that has closed and missing the door or doors that are open in front of us. And this reading is really talking about, like, leave that stuff behind. There's a door. There is a door. Look at that door. Yes. And the tower is basically the universe pushing you through that door because you, for whatever reason, haven't stepped through it on your own. What else? What else do we need to know about newness and change? Messenger of fire. Messenger of fire. I'm starting to get familiar with these, but I'm gonna actually read this one because I am still very new to the cards and it takes me a minute to learn everything. So, Messenger of fire, determination for a new adventure, innovation, independent creative action, spirited and headstrong. Yeah. This new thing that you are being moved towards, that moved within, moved outside of yourself. All these things are coming together to move you towards this new, I'll say these new ideas, these new beginnings, new adventure. Yeah, it's all an adventure, right? And when we think of it that way, it's easier to embrace the change. And also, when change happens, once we get familiar with it and used to it, then we often get to a place where we realize, oh, where I'm at is so much better than where I used to be. Even though in the process of change, we really resisted it and it was really difficult. We get to that place of, yes, okay, that did need to happen. And the more you can embrace that, the easier it gets. And yeah, independent creative action. So it's about taking the reins and stepping onto this new path. Yeah. I'm going to pick one more. It's going to make my reading a little bit longer, but too bad. This is too fun. I really enjoy doing this. Ace of Earth. Aces are about new beginnings. Earth is about the material world. It relates to pentacles in traditional tarot, and which can literally mean money, prosperity. It says prosperity in its purest form. Concrete results in the physical world. Abundance made manifest. So whatever shakeup you've gone through, or you've been going through, or you're about to go through, is leading to amazing, like actual tangible results in your life. So once again, just embrace what's happening, embrace what's coming, because it's all for your betterment, for your highest good, basically. And this new adventure is leading you to actual, what did it say? Abundance made manifest. Abundance is, it's not just money, it's everything. It's all of the things that you want coming in. So anyway, that's super exciting. I love that. I love that. Okay. So then the future card, never ending story. This card speaks about, look how sad she is. She's just holding her head in her hands like, this speaks about your the dialogue that you have with yourself. Somehow you are something in you is focusing on the self-doubt, the fear, the what ifs, worst case scenario. And it's really important to change the story. Change the story that this part of you is telling yourself, because it's not serving you. The heart here is, it looks wooden to me. It could be stone, but it's suspended here. And she's up above it. And so unhappy, so worried. There's so much in this image of just like, ugh. You're being guided to change your story. The fear part, there's a part of you that is feeding you a story of fear. There's a great acronym for fear. False, I always forget this. False evidence appearing real. So this part of yourself that is feeding you this fear is doing it to protect you. And whatever that story is, whatever that fear is not relevant anymore. And so it is your job to thank that part, because it's there, it's trying to serve you, but to let it know that it's okay, that you are in charge and you're going to move forward anyway. And in doing that, you're changing the story. The fear never goes away. That part never goes away. But when you acknowledge it and love it, then and move forward anyway, then you are proving to that part that it is okay. And it's a way to empower yourself. So I'm going to go ahead and pick a clarifier for this. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, what do we all need to know about this never-ending story, about this fear? 9 of Fire. I keep getting the same cards over and over again. I really should know these by heart by now. It's almost, she's turning the stars into the little fire bugs, fire flies, fire, whatever those are. They look like dragonflies. Which looks really positive to me. Essentially, everything is positive in my mind. Even when things are heavy, difficult, painful, there's always a lesson to be learned. And when we really focus on learning the lesson, then we can quickly move out of that part and into the next thing. But I remember this one being, oh, my brain, I'll get it someday. Caution, uncertainty, reevaluating circumstances. So and this could be part of the story, the never-ending story. The fear is the uncertainty about where you're headed. Um, Caution, uncertainty, reevaluating circumstances. And it could also have to do with maybe you got pushed through that door by the tower, and or by the tower falling, and maybe you started out with an idea and don't have a lot of um, experience about this thing that you're beginning. Maybe you don't have a solid grasp on what exactly you want to do. And so that is kind of um, it's prompting this part of you, this scared little part. Usually it's one of our little inner children, because we do have many. Um, saying like, "Oh no, you don't know this thing. You're gonna get hurt." It's based on things that have happened in the past, and and it's it's okay. It's okay to be uncertain, and as long as you're taking little steps forward, and they do not have to be big at all. Like, I mean little, but as long as you're doing that, you are constantly proving to this scared part that you got it covered. You're going to be okay. It's going to work out because it always works out. Acknowledge the uncertainty, acknowledge the caution. It's good to be cautious. We don't want to just dive in headfirst to things. It is important to assess. Um, but but then keep going. Don't let the fear hold you back. Don't fall into procrastination. What else? What else? What else? Two of fire. Got another fire. And this one, I love this one. The giraffe is holding the lamp. And this is about being guided by a higher source, a higher power, whatever that means to you. I like to say the universe. The universe is guiding you. And so it's about surrendering and trusting that you're going to get where you need to go as long as you keep taking those steps forward. Um, yeah, yeah, just I love the idea that the giraffe the giraffe can be the universe, can be spirit, it can be the spirit guide. Maybe it is. Maybe your animal spirit guide is a giraffe. Giraffes are awesome. They're the weirdest creatures. And they're so cool watching them move. They're so graceful. And all you have to do is see, she's sitting on the back of this giraffe, just enjoying the ride. And the giraffe is the one taking the steps, following the light that it is holding. So, no need to fear. All will come, or you will be moved to where you need to go in due time. It's that divine timing thing. The universe will line things up when the time is right. Six of Earth. Yeah, I keep getting these same cards. Six of Earth, Six of Pentacles. I just heard a reading today where he talked about antlers being like antenna to whatever, to I'll say it again, to the universe. It's you're being tuned to where you need to go. I'm gonna go ahead and read this one. 6 of Earth. Unexpected resources, happy surprises, generosity. Well, that's just cool. Twice our clarifier. So this is for the present, Ace of Earth. And then we have 6 of Earth in the future. So acknowledging your fear and moving into, it's better to say moving onto your adventure, onto your path, is going to lead to happy surprises and generosity from others, generosity from the universe, because you are opening, you're surrendering to what it has to offer. And so it's like, oh, okay, the valve is open. I'm gonna send more unexpected resources as well. So trust that you're being led where you need to go, and you're being cared for and held. And it might be uncomfortable, and that's okay. And you just keep taking those steps. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there. This is so good. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a great rest of your day, a great tomorrow, wherever you are in the world. And I will see you on the next video. Mwah. Oh, and like and subscribe.